So I know some people say you shouldn't. They say you shouldn't be selling F1s at all. F1s shouldn't ever be on the market. That's just their belief. Others say no, F1's perfectly fine. Want the initial cross, send it out, and have the consumer find what they're looking for. They have a variety there to choose from. What's your take on F1s, selling F1s?
Man, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think, you can go a couple different directions. You make some one-off crosses. If you're making a seed line, right? You got the chill out OG, you're gonna refine it, bring it to F4 or whatever. Okay, well maybe you like the grape gasoline cut that, maybe I send you and you grew that out. We'll throw that in there with it, cross it to a couple other things and see what comes out there. But yeah, F1s can be sold definitely. One-off crosses, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also working lines, which is like refining it further. So if you're refining something further and kind of focusing your energy on a certain cross, you should still cross to a couple other things because the amount of work you put in isn't going to guarantee that your seed line is going to sell out. It's not going to guarantee that at all. So it's like you can put in years of work. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to charge a higher price or none of that. So like it's good to be focusing and refining on things and working lines. But it's like I said, real estate's limited, especially if you're a smaller breeder who doesn't have like huge facilities. So, you focus some attention and work some lines, but then you also just have some one-off crosses that people can just select their phenotype from. Because, a lot of these are all polyhybrids anyway, so there's going to be variation in the phenotypic expression. So, yeah, man, I think that's still a good thing. You can still sell F1s just as long as you're not just like sending them out without like any type of testing, or if you're selling them without testing, be upfront about what you're doing and have a price point that matches it. You know what I'm saying? And or send out testers. Like if they support you and buy packs, then send out a tester packs with what it is, and you start getting some feedback out there. Plus, if you run some now, you have a little more to go off of, when you release these. So like I got my Trop Cherry line, so it's like 6 different crosses, but like a couple that I'm really into and that are fan favorites is the Black Cherry Bliss. So I'm gonna refine that one. I'm gonna pheno hunt that one, bring it to F2. People want it already, and but then there's other stuff that I just won't. I'm just leave it as is and move on to another project because we can only work on so many things. You know what I'm saying? It's always you always got to kind of pick and choose and yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but well worth it. Well worth it.
You talk about it's okay to sell F1s as long as you're being transparent. Things should be tested. You could potentially sell things that aren't tested as long as you're transparent. I think a good example of that is Robinhood Seeds. So then some people don't know
Oh,
this, but Robinhood Seeds, they don't
yep,
test and
exactly.
they have a little bit lower of a price because of that. And so they're very transparent. And yeah, there are companies out there that just don't test and they send them out, but they're transparent about it. And there are companies out there who don't test and they're not transparent about it. They lie about it and say they are tested and send them out. And unfortunately, there's a lot of problems that happen. This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.